we are going to create directional movement. So basically you can walk straight, diagonal, and so on. It's going to be really simple. So the first things first that we are going to do is import the animations that are in my Discord. So of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel, join my Discord, like this video. It will actually give me motivation to upload and make new tutorials, okay? Let's import the animations. So go to your character, mannequin, animations, probably in the mani, just import it, drag everything in, select your skeleton. There's a lot of them, I know. Just select the S key mannequin and import. So just like that. We're gonna fix them. Open the first one up. You can see kind of walks backwards. Cool, that's what we want. Except it's not rooted or whatever you call it. So go to asset details, there should be root motion. Enable root motion. Root lock, anim first frame, and pause root lock. Now you have to do it for every animation. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Just do it for every animation. And that's pretty much it. Just do it for everything and it should work perfectly. Okay, now we are going to create a blend space. Select your skeleton, call it BS locomotion. Open that up. And if you're new here, this is your timeline right here. Right here are asset details. We have axis, right? We need axis. So find axis, horizontal, vertical, open that up. First one, the name will be direction. Minimum, -180. Maximum, 180. Grid divisions, 8. Snap to grid. Vertical will be speed, speed. And the maximum, I think, will be 300 for walking. I think that's gonna be okay. And probably I should rename it to locomotion walk, because it's walk. And snap to grid. So and the grid division should be 3. So not 3. So now let's have walk. There should be walking forward. So plug that into the right here. Walking right, walking backwards. Just find backwards. That's gonna be in the corners. Walking backwards left. That's gonna be right next to right here on the left side. I think if we go around it, and if you hold control, you can move. You can see move the, I don't know what you call it. Now backwards right, that's gonna be on the right. You can see. Forwards left, that's gonna be on next to the left one, on the right one. So you can see the left will be right here, and the right there. It looks like this. So save. Now let's create another one. This will be BS sprint, or just do locomotion sprint. Open that up, and basically the forward, delete that and find some sort of sprint. We have sprint, no. I think it has, yeah, run forwards right here. It's gonna run forwards. Now go to ABP mani, or your blend space, whatever. And in the event graph, we're gonna add a new pin on the sequence. And right here, we're gonna actually get the direction, or calculate the direction. And to do it, we need the velocity. So get velocity. And there should be already a velocity right here. If you go to essential movement data, velocity. And to get that, you can see this is how we get the velocity or the speed of it, of player. We're gonna break it. Make vector. And plug in the X and Y. Now from the return, calculate direction. The thing is, how I would do it in the past, I would just basically from the speed or from here, just calculate it. But yeah, this is I think much better. You can, yeah, this is 20 times better. And to get the base rotation, go to references, get the character, get actors rotation, and plug that in. Now let's normalize axis and promote that into a variable called direction. And basically plug it into the sequence. Now I'm just gonna plug that into the essential movement. Okay, so now let's go to anim graph. Anim graph, go to local motion, go to walk and run. And just delete this, we don't need that. Now let's plug in the walking, or just drag it out and drag out the sprint as well. And what we are going to do, from the sprint, we're gonna do blend pose by bool. If you have this kind of weird thing popping up, just go to preview instances, no debug. So now, if it's true, we're gonna sprint. If it's false, we're gonna walk. Plug it in. Now you may ask, okay, what's the boolean? So if it's greater than or equal to, and plug in the ground speed right here. Let's do 300, I think we set 300 as walking. So if it's greater than or equal to 300, if it's true, it's gonna sprint. Okay. Or you could do 300. True blend, you can do 0.3, false blend 0.3 as well. And just plug in the direction and ground speed right here. It literally says speed and direction, just plug the values in, that's it. After that, we want to actually blend another one, blend by bool, and that should be should move. If it's true, 0.2, if it's false, 0.4, 0.2. And this will be idle. So search for idle state, I think this one was it. And that's pretty much it. Now let's go into our character blueprint. So just find your third or first person blueprint. Right here, open that up. Now click on it. Or just click on the self probably. And search for rotation. Right here, use control desired rotation, click on that. So now if we play, okay, still doesn't want it. Right here, just uncheck the orient rotation movement. And one more thing, go to character movement and set the speed to 300 so it looks legitimate. So if we play, or actually 250, because if you remember we set it right here, if it's greater than or equal to 500, that should be more better. So basically if it's 500, it's going to start sprinting. So now if we play and if we walk, you can see, and the speed is 300, right, or 250 or 300, and you can see we can walk right, we can walk left, backwards. Set it to 500 right now. You can see it's going to, okay, set it to 450, Jesus Christ. So set it to 450, it cannot be 500, I guess. So now it should, yeah, now it should actually start sprinting. And it's gonna actually sprint if you walk backwards and like that. You can fix that really easily. So how to fix it? You have to go into event graph. Right here, movement input, and we're gonna have a branch right here from this one. If it's greater than or equal to 0.99, plug that in. If it is, we're gonna start sprinting. You can add the set sprinting. So what we can do, right, we're gonna have an input real quick. So let's create an input. This will be sprinting. And let's create right here, sprinting. And this will be left shift. Now let's call this sprinting. There should be action value. Do an and plug these both values in. And plug this in here. Now let's do a flip-flop. Complete and plug that in. And plug this A value as well, so need another pin. So if these three are good, are true, you're gonna start sprinting. So get the character movement, set max walk speed. That's gonna be 500. And stop sprinting. That's gonna be 300. Now, if you actually do it, you can see we are walking. If we shift, we are sprinting now. And we cannot sprint backwards. As you see, I'm right now holding the key down. And we are not sprinting backwards. Now you can sprint forwards, you cannot sprint backwards. You can see I'm moving a lot slower.